Hello again, everyone. Joanne with StampingInTheValley.com, and welcome to my craft room this weekend. I wanted to play with the Winter Woods bundle, and I am just impressed with the little tree. This tree has an element, and we're going to do it together on the big shot, but the boughs lift up when you cut it. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that so much fun? I love the element of dimension on this part of the card, and you can lift this out as much as you want. Look at that. Isn't that fun? So much wonderful fun. Okay, so let's start with first, if you order $25 in product from me, these are the card kits for the month of September. Please check the link below. It will tell you all about these card kits, and it's also a tutorial on how to put them together. Then I have the special that if you order the Alpine Adventure Bundle, I will send you these 2 free card kits along with a free exclusive, what I'm calling Kickstart to Your Bundle video. And this video will then show you how to put these 2 cards together. But you will get these also for free. That's if you order the Alpine Season or Alpine Adventure Bundle. So, but this, I am just very impressed by this tree, guys. Now, I don't have the sparkle paper, so I had Dazzling Diamonds, and that's what I used for my snow. I want to show you the framelits on this card in here that you get in this bundle. I love the bundles because, of course, you save 10%. But here they have the boughs, okay, and they give you 3 of them. I love that Stampin' Up! Has started to give us multiples. I want to make a wreath with this. I saw this on a Stampin' Up! Video, and so I'm going to be focusing maybe on this set this weekend because I really want to do a lot with it. Then we also have these teeny tiny pine cones. Look at this adorable pine cone right here, and we get 2 framelits to cut those out with also. So, you know, you don't have to run it through the big shot as much. Now, this little swoosh here is what made my cut here to layer my snow. We're going to do that on the big shot together. You get like a little leafy kind of or berry type of framelit there. Then you get these. I love these. Okay, I even thought that if we did the seaside embossing folder, that this would almost look like beachy parts if you could use it a different way that way. But there are also trees. I think that this is fantastic. So here's the tree, and here's the framelits for the tree. So you get the solid one, and then you get this one that just indents and cuts them out without lifting it all the way off of the paper. And I'm going to show you how to use those. I'm extremely impressed with this set of framelits, I have to admit. So, and our sentiment, thinking of you this season, comes from the Winter Woods stamp set. That's what this pairs with together, just like that, okay, in our new holiday catalog. So I'll be back in a moment, and we're going to start to put this card together. Isn't that fun? Look at that tree. I love that. And I used the Falling Snow embossing folder. Back in a moment. Okay, so to begin with, I've mounted my stamps, my saying that's thinking of you this season, my little pine cone right here, and my tree. Okay, so I've mounted those on my clear blocks, just like that. We're going to use a Whisper White envelope. Okay, and then we've got this piece, and you will use the sparkle. Okay, this is just, I don't have the sparkle. I had some Dazzling Diamonds left. This is 4 by 2, and I'm going to show you what to do with that in a few minutes. I have already run my piece of Blueberry Bushel at 5 1/4 by 4. I put it through the big shot with the embossing folder here that is the Softly Falling. Now, you can either, the way I look at this is, you can either have Softly Falling Snow or you can have a blizzard. Okay, so whichever way, however that you want it to look, is whichever way that you want to turn it. It doesn't matter. So that's my take on this embossing folder, and I absolutely love it. It's really a lot of fun. But I'm going to use it this way, where it's more that the snow is laying on the ground, which really this part's going to be covered up with that glimmer paper. So we're going to go ahead and attach this to a thick Whisper White card base. This is 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2, so it opens like this. I have a scrap piece of Whisper White here, and I'm going to use my Pretty Label punch with the sentiment. And then this is Old Olive at 3 inches by what, 8 1/2. I just cut off a 3-inch strip. We're going to stamp the tree. So let's go ahead and get some Tombow and attach this piece to our card base. Because it's embossed, you want to use a liquid glue so that it can get into all the nooks and crannies there, just like an English muffin. So it will hold everything down. If you were to snail this, I promise you, over some time, it would pick up, okay? Just because of where the glue does not go into the little indentations. Okay, so I press that on there and rub that so that my Tombow takes good hold, okay? Now this we can move to the side for right now. I have my garden green and my blueberry bushel open to the side, my ink, okay? And now we're just going to take the blueberry bushel with the sentiment, and we're just going to tap, tap. And because we're red rubber, we don't need a foam mat. Just right there, like that. Now I'm going to bring my Pretty Label punch in, and it lines up in here perfectly. It really does. Just like that. I did get, look here guys, see I got a little bleed right there. You can barely see it, but I'm going to stamp that again. It means that I applied too much pressure. I'm going to cut that off. I applied too much pressure with the stamp, okay? And I made the red rubber spread. So let's just do that again. And just let's do a simple down and up. And there you go. Now here's the difference, okay? There is no bleeding. This isn't bad, okay, but up here on the ING, I see that it's, and the O, I see that it looks like it's smudged, but here it's not. Okay, so we're going to use this, and we'll punch it. And that is just me using way too much pressure. These stamps are so designed that, you know, you just don't... They're so easy to use, you know, and you don't need to be heavy-handed with them. Okay, so now we're going to bring in this piece right here, and it's Old Olive, and it's just 3 inches this way. And I'm going to stamp my Christmas tree with garden green. I wanted the contrast of the paper. You can do whatever you want. So here we are in garden green. Nice and inked up, okay? And this is this stamp is almost like a picture. It's picturesque almost. Okay, so you're going to get a lot of shading in it, and that's normal, and that's what you want, really. Okay, so let's just stamp that, and that's perfect. And what we're going to do now is stamp this twice, because I'm going to show you how we're going to layer the tree in just a moment. Okay, so right down here, and stamp it again. Nice and solid. Perfect. Okay. Love it. Love that. Let that go to the side there, and that ink is a little wet. I'm going to let it dry. Now, my little pine cone, I'm going to take in my garden green. And right here in the corner, this is my envelope. And just tap, tap. And a nice little pine cone. He's so sweet. Okay, I'm going to put that to the side. I'm going to bring my card base in, and I'll show you what I did on that other card in the inside. Okay, I tapped, I got it nice and inky, and I went 1, 2, 3. So we had a shading of pine cones in the corner there. Love that. Let me show you that on this card also. Just a little shading of pine cones in the corner like that, okay? All right, so now back in just a moment. I'm going to bring the Big Shot in, close up my ink, and we'll go from there. Okay, I've moved the Big Shot in, and we need this piece of old olive that we stamped our two trees with, and we need this framelit first, okay? So I'm just line it up, very, very simple. It lines up beautifully through here. And I'm just going to put my plate here and make sure that the top, right here, that top of that tree is in that framelit perfectly, okay? You never know, you might want to put a star on it. Okay, there we go. And we're going to roll this through. Just like that. Okay. Now we have a nice flat tree. Now, we're going to bring this part in that we, and you know, because I'm on camera, I'm doing these two at a time, you know, one at a time, but honest, the whole thing fits right here on the Big Shot. You can roll it through once, no big deal. I'm just doing it twice because I'm on camera and I'm all zoomed in and everything. Now you're going to use this part right here of the tree. I love these. I love the boughs, how they have that just, you know, cut out so that we can pick them up. It's very important that this little hole, this little top circle right there, that little hole, is right on top of this tree. Okay? So we're going to do that perfectly. And we're going to put our plate, and then we're going to roll it through the Big Shot. And because we're cutting, I'm just going to come back through. Okay, which is beautiful. And now here is my tree. I'm going to poke it out. Take my little pokey tool. It's the paper piercer. Okay, and this is just, it's flat, but it's cut, guys. Look at how it is on the back. Okay, where you can just pop these up and curl them up just like that, and really, I'm just amazed. I love this set. I love this framelit set. You're going to make a lot of nice cards with this, and I will probably do some type of alternative project with this, because Stampin' Up! Told us that this is all paired with, let's see, the Lovely as a Tree, and the big one that's in the holiday, or that's in the annual catalog. What is that? Oh, it leaves my mind. Nature's Woods or something like that. It's a really big set. But all of this all pairs together. Just because it's Christmas, it doesn't mean, or, you know, like it looks like a Christmas tree. You don't necessarily have to make it a Christmas tree. I'm going to use some Wink of Stella. I love Wink of Stella. Because, and I'm squeezing it, okay, to get my Wink of Stella down into my pen. I think I'm close to needing another one. I'm shaking it and squeezing it to get it down into my tip, and I think I'm good. Now, what I'm going to do is take this part of the tree on the tips, and I'm going to use my Wink of Stella just to give it a little something something on the tips. This might all be, I might have to go to my silver, I'm sorry. I'll put the, do I have another one? Yes, I do. Hold on. Oh, let's see. This is another clear one. Okay, this one's full. I can feel that. Okay, that other one was empty. Now, yes, I squeeze it. It goes into the tip. Perfect. Okay, now, so sorry. I'm just going to Wink of Stella the tips here of this tree, because it just gives it like that there's a little snow on it. You can use embossing powder, brusho, you know, anything, or you could do nothing. It's okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and get all of these tips on this tree with my Wink of Stella. And I know I'm working on my big shot. I usually don't, but I kind of want to pop them up because I don't want it to get on the tree part. Okay? Just on these boughs. Right here. And no rhyme or reason to anything. Just adding it. No big deal. Shaking my pen. The little bit of sparkle out of there. Nice. It might be a little thick right there of it, but that's okay. We can spread it. And a little bit at the tip. Just like that. Okay. Didn't mean to be working upside down. But that's the way my hands were, and I was just going for it. Okay, so now just kind of look at it, and you might want to go back over it, add a little bit more. I do. I like it kind of sparkly. I really like it sparkly. Just so that it almost looks like a little freshly falling snow has hit this tree a little bit. Okay, good enough. And I have Wink of Stella now on my plate, don't I? We'll clean that in a minute. Okay, well, actually, we need to clean it now because I need to I just got baby wipe right here. We need to cut this piece of we're going to cut this piece right here of, it would be sparkle is what you guys would be getting. Okay, now you're going to take this piece right here from your framelit, and I'm going to come down, I'm going to say about 1/4 of an inch, okay? Just like that, just to make another little swoop, all right? Just another swoop is what you want to do. And this is what's going to layer your snow. So just like that. And just, let's take it out of here so okay, just like that. And I'm just going to mash that down and run it right through that big shot. Okay. And now we're going to, what this does is give us 2 nice pieces, guys, just like that. I got a little Wink of Stella on here. Okay, but that's okay. The tree will cover it up. And then we're going to layer the other piece behind that piece. However, you know, just layer it behind. It doesn't matter how it comes. And it will just look like mountains of snow. Isn't that nice? Just to do a little bit of layering. And it makes a great element. I'll be back in a moment and we'll start to put the card together. Okay, we're going to put our tree together. And we're going to take this part here that we did that have the boughs that poke out. I just love this. Why I keep working with it upside down is beyond me, but I do. I guess it's just easier to pull these things up, you know, without pushing them, I guess. Okay, so what I'm going to do is turn this over and take some Tombow. And I want to put it just on the points. I don't want to put it on any of these that are lifted up, okay? You don't want to do that. So just on the edges, or kind of the points of the tree. Okay, just like that. We're going to take this and place it on top of this tree toward the bottom. The only thing you have to make sure that lines up, let me show you, is this point right up here, this. That needs to line up. And then just let the tree fall wherever that it goes, okay? And then just press the sides. And you know, Tombow, it takes it a second, but it gets sticky. And then it'll hold, okay? Now on the back of this, I want to pop this up with dimensionals. So I'm just going to add some right now. And Just about 4 of them, I think, will do it. Just like that. I hope you guys have been enjoying the new holiday catalog. I sure have been. I've got a lot of product here to work with now, and I'm happy for that. So here's our tree. I'm going to put that to the side. Now we're going to bring in this little element here that we made with the, we're just going to call it sparkle, okay? And you want to attach the lower part to the upper part, making a layer. And it doesn't really matter how your layers go. It just adds dimension to the card, because when you get this on the card like this and your customers see this, that is what's going to look so good. So I need glue dots on the bottom of here. Don't use Tombow because it's glittered, okay? So I'm going to put the glue dots right on the bottom, and I'm just going to attach 3 of them. Did that whole thing come off? Might have. Okay. And then right here. Okay. Now, what you want to do then is just take this lower layer and just line it up and place it on there so that you just have, let me show you, get it up here closer. So you just have layering of these 2 elements. And it's nice with the glue dots, you can detach them and reattach them. Just like that. Just a little bit. Not much. Don't need much. I'm actually going to raise it up just a little bit. Okay, I like that. Now I'm going to bring my card base in. And because I have such layering here, and then there's embossing here, we're again going to use the Tombow liquid glue. I need it in every nook and cranny. Okay, just like that. And then this is going to come, wait, I've got my envelope under there. Okay, this is just going to come on the bottom part of this card. Just like that. Covering up your blueberry bushel. And I love it with the Tombow because you have that wiggle room to really get it nicely lined up until that that Tombow takes hold right there. Okay, now as you can see, I've dotted Wink of Stella, okay, while I was shaking it, and I had it all over the place, guys, all over the place. Now this one I'm going to cover with my tree, okay, just like that. Okay, now we did our sentiment. I put 2 dimensionals on the back. That just goes up there. We're almost done. And then what I did was I made a little green pine cone. I stamped it with the garden green on the old olive, and I added Wink of Stella, and my little dot right there, we're just going to cover it up with a pine cone. Making lemonade out of lemons. And look at our dimension back there with that card, guys. I love that. And our Wink of Stella on our bows there. Let's lift these up a little bit better. Get your little pokey tool, your paper piercer, I still like calling it the pokey tool, and lift these out of here just like that. And it will give this card such beautiful dimension. Now, I did look it up while I was off camera because it bothers me when I can't remember the name of something. Look at that. I love that dimension on that tree. Makes it look so fluffy. Here's our 2 cards. I like that so much, I added one on this one. Just like a pine cone had fallen into the snow. I love that. So I looked it up, and it is Rooted in Nature. Rooted in Nature, the Lovely as a Tree, and this Winter Woods bundle. They are all partners. That's what I learned from a video from Stampin' Up. They all partner together to where you just don't have to do Christmas cards. There's all kinds of beautiful fall cards that you can make with these trees. And look for that in some of my upcoming videos. Please go to stampinginthevalley.com, click on the big blue button, and you can order any and all of your online Stampin' Up! Products. I sure do appreciate your business. Thank you so much for being with me. And again, go to stampinginthevalley.com. There'll be a list of everything I used on that website. Thank you so much. Happy crafting.